Alright, so guys, today this is my second part about 3D figures. I'm sorry for the last lack of the board because I'm recording my mom's room because there's construction going on. Don't mind the sounds that happen behind me, alright? Today, I'm going to talk more about 3D shapes and how you know to find the area. We've already talked about cylinders and cubes, rectangles. Now, obviously have to talk about more 3D shapes. First, square pyramid, alright? Square pyramid is basically the shape that you know, the pyramids of Giza, right? There's a square underneath and 4 triangles. To find the area is very simple. First, calculate the area of the square underneath, which is the bottom of it, and calculate one side of the triangle, which is width times length divided by 2, and then take that, multiply by 4, then you have the area of all 4 triangles added with the area of the square. Boom, you have what you need. For example, let's say that we have a square pyramid, right? This triangle has a height of 10 feet and a length of 8 feet, alright? And the square is also 8 feet in length. First, you calculate the area of the square, which is 8 times 8 because every length of the square is equal. Because it's a special kind of rectangle. Equals 64. Right? Let's put that aside, 64. And now you calculate one side of the triangle for you to really get all the other triangles. So 10 times 8 is 80, and then take that divided by 2 is 40. 40 times 4 equals 160. Take that with 64 more, and you get 224 inches squared. Okay, we're using inches. You could use any type of form of calculation you want. All right. Anyway, now second is you also have to account with different types of shapes, prisms. All right. For example, octagonal prisms. You have to calculate the sides of an octagon. There's 2 octagons, and obviously the rectangles that come with it. Then there's hexagonal, trapezoidal prism. There's many types of prisms, but the one where I can actually explain to you coherently are other simple shapes. And moving that aside, we also have to calculate overlaying shapes. All right, just like okay, I'll give you an example. All right, this is a cylinder. It's a very simple cylinder. Sorry for the fall. And then you put another cylinder on top. It is 2 overlying shapes. So usually this is done with it's done with every type of 3D shape. But let's go with rectangular prism to be more simple. First, you have to calculate the sides, the 2 sides of the larger prism, which is, let's say, equals a total of this plus that, takes that times 2. You get them sides first. So that's the sides, you put them aside. Alright? Then you gotta calculate the front and back, which is obviously a little bit, it could be longer or shorter, but who knows, alright? Calculate that, take it times 2 again, because there's 2 fronts and backs, that's 2. You put to the side with, the dual sides, alright? Then you have to calculate top and bottom, which is where, the more complex part comes in. Bottom, you calculate just fine. But the top, because there's another shape that's on top of it, you can't count, that part, alright? You gotta put it away. So we can't find that until we founded the bottom of, or top and bottom of the smaller shape. So let's get to that. So just like the bigger shape, side times 2, put it away. Front and back, put it away. And top and bottom, well, you calculate how much the top and bottom is, and obviously you put away the bottom of the other shape because, well, it doesn't count. And then you take that, and then you take the top of the bigger shape, take that minus the bottom of the smaller shape, and then you have what you can actually add to the shape. Take that, add it with all the sides and front and back with both of the shapes, and then boom, you have the area of both shapes. Alright, it's a conjoined thing. So yeah, that's part 2 of my explanation about 3D shapes and how to calculate the areas. Thank you for listening to my very bad video. Please subscribe. Goodbye.